The most recent article written about this by Kelly Olson in Canada suggests that Romans didn't really wear underwear. And that's based on written sources where someone sort of falls over and you can see way too much. And that suggests that they aren't covered up in various places and all these kinds of things. I think it's not something Romans talk about. It's not something that is depicted. We do know that women wore a band around their bust called a strophium to hold their bust. And interestingly, it was considered a beauty ideal to have a very small bust in the Roman world. A big bust was considered sort of a bit coarse and a bit barbaric. And that related to the fact that elite women would have wet nurses to breastfeed their children. So if you had a big bust, then you looked like you were breastfeeding your own children. So we know that. We do know that they had breast bands. We also have late antique mosaics from Sicily that people might know, the so-called bikini girls. They look like they're sort of wearing briefs and this breastband. And that may represent underwear, or it may represent what women wore when they weren't wearing anything else, a little bit like a swimsuit for us. It's the alternative to wearing clothes. We do have those sort of, then they're leather briefs. They look like knickers, but they're made out of leather, have been found in London. But again, we don't know whether they were normal underwear or whether they were used by women for exercising when they had taken everything else off. So it's a bit of a fraught question. It's not entirely clear. We know that men had loincloths. We have images from mines and various mosaics of people doing heavy labour of men wearing loincloths. But whether they wore a loincloth under their tunic is really kind of depends how you interpret a lot of quite sort of, I guess, asides in written literature describing people falling over and things like that. I think it will continue to rage, that debate.